All right, I just wanted to encourage you and get you excited about going in and choosing the book that you're going to read this semester. I want each of you to pick a book that has something to do with microbiology. There are lots of choices. I have just a short list to kind of spark some ideas. This list is not exhaustive by any stretch, just a couple of good books that I think are probably good or got good reviews. I want to encourage, no one yet has chose either of the David Quammen books. He's a phenomenal science writer for a general audience. And the first one is about how infections get from animals into human populations. There's a whole section on Ebola in there. There's sections on a variety of different viruses that you've probably never heard of, or maybe if you've heard of them, you're not exactly sure what they are. And then he's written more recently, he wrote a book that focuses a bit more on the SARS viruses and specifically the most recent pandemic. Students in the past have really enjoyed this book about how parasites actually can manipulate behaviors in other organisms. And this is even though it's an older book that came out in 2006, it's a phenomenal book about epidemiology. And so if you enjoyed chapter 15, you might really enjoy reading this book about how they found, basically how the whole field of epidemiology got started back in London a long time ago. And I'm super excited. I haven't read either the Viral, which is also about COVID-19, but it'll be interesting to see how if one person chooses Breathless and one person chooses Viral, how those books are going to be different and how they'll be enjoyed. Entangled Life, I'm super excited about as well, but also haven't read it yet. I tried to pick some newer books, and so this one's specifically focusing all on different fungi. And then, so I just want to say, pick something that is of interest to you. There are other books that students have read in the past. Like if you are interested in reading about vaccines, there's a number of books out there if you want to read a book that isn't on the list, which you're more than welcome to do, then I do have to approve it because I don't want you reading something that doesn't have the right focus. And then the other thing I want to say is that all of these books are available in the Kodiak College Library. So if you're here in Kodiak, please stop by, take a look, decide which book you want to read. If you want to read Spillover, I actually have several copies of Spillover here in my office, and I can lend one out to you if that's the case. If you're not in Kodiak, then many of these books are also available through the other libraries around the state, or you can just contact our library. And so if you go to the Kodiak College Library website, so if you go to you go to Kodiak College's website, and then if you look at academic resources and the library, then you can contact them. Their phone number and email is here, and they can help you get the book through the interlibrary loan system. So you do not have to buy any of these books. I do want to point out one other resource, which is about, so there's the Libby app. Let me see. I hopefully many of you know about the Libby app. So the Libby app you put on your phone, and then you log in to your university account. And if the book is available for audio and granted, it may not, somebody else may have it checked out, but you can at least check. So if I look up Breathless, I don't know if it's going to be in here. Then it's possible that you might be able to get the book through. It does not look like that particular book is in here, but you can take a look through what's available for audio for free through the Libby app. And then if you're a member of the Anchorage Public Library or the Kodiak Public Library, you could also log in with that account and see what differently is available. I just wanted to let you know I'm not looking for you necessarily to purchase something else, just hoping that you will enjoy reading a book that is for the Pop Press. And I have one last thing to show you real quick if you're still watching, which is that, so to find where to post your choice, you'll click on Book Club, and then you'll enter the discussion board, and you'll click on the thread that says book choice. You'll notice that a couple of you have already picked a book. So ideally, I would like for each of you to choose a different book. You'll notice that Jesse picked a book that wasn't on the list, but it was on a previous list I had, and it's a phenomenal book, and it will still it won't directly talk about microbes, but it will be an interesting book to read. So so that is good. It looks like somebody's already picked Entangled, and then it looks like Nikki has picked. It looks like Carmen picked Entangled, and Nikki has picked Viral. So you'll just hit this blue reply button and post your choice. And again, ideally you choose something different that no one else has picked.